I just had product development meeting and I forgot to mute the other.
Oh, right. Okay. All right. Cool.
Okay. Yep. I'll the Trello board. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming. I believe Lilith is having a 2 day off due to Hindu ceremony celebration
Okay.
today and tomorrow. And today, Joseph will be my um, secretary. And please, Mr. Secretary, please write the notes. Okay, we will start actually with Lilith's update. Actually, Liz do not have any updates in the cards. So we'll move. And I've also updated the list status for today and tomorrow. And going to my card for price up versus smart pricing Airbnb, actually we've completed all the report from last week, the one that I lacked during the previous Scrum. Actually, there aren't any big differences as usual, and therefore the finalization and the summary of the usage of this product will be reported soon. But I believe that due to shift of priorities and so on and so forth, we'll be seeing price lab in the near future, but in the far future, not really now. Yes, Mr. Ch.
I can't understand the last report. So it says Labami Airbnb 1, Price Labs 2, then 1.3 million, Vidi 5. So does that mean you made 5 bookings and Price Labs did 2? Or
No, I mean Airbnb will be Labomi 1, price lab will be Labomi 2, and Vidi will be Labomi 5. Because the number is not
okay.
Yeah, according to the description, the number is not 1, 2, 3. If bringing on back, it's only 1, 2, 3. So, but yeah, we made a booking from Price Lab, but also not by a huge margin, and it's been going on for the past 3 weeks, regardless the strategy that we used. So,
Interesting.
Yep. Okay, that's my update. Any more questions regarding my update? Okay, no more. We will go to Joseph's pivots. Joseph, any updates?
Okay, thank you. So for the progress tracker update, I just outreach 3 more people. It's because 2 days ago I requested to join a travel agent group in Facebook, and they just accept me like this morning. So I've accepted into groups, and I'm now scraping potential agents from them. And for Jing's question about the tagline, it's actually interesting because I've also been thinking about my flyer. I mean, in my flyer, the information that is served in a big font is the properties, and I'm still thinking whether or not that is what the potential agent is looking for. So, yep, Mr. Jing.
Okay, let me bring Tara in on this one since she's got some marketing thing. Tara, actually, let's just try to pretend we're an agent right now, right? Joseph, let's say you're an agent, and so your mindset is one of this, right? Your mindset is you're not getting paid unless you sell something, right? So that's kind of like the dilemma you're facing. So what would be then the thing that would attract you the most? Over to Tara.
Like pretending I'm an agent.
Yeah.
I think how much money I'd be earning, basically, right? Yeah.
All right.
First and foremost.
Okay.
Yep. Any more? Any more suggestion from Mr. Jing? Or should there be a sub discussion regarding this one?
Yeah.
Because I
believe
believe
have this discussion. Okay. All right.
Yep.
Oh,
Mr. Secretary, please. Yep.
Am I included in this discussion? Like, am I part? Just to be sure.
Yeah, that will be arranged by Mr. Jing. Whether you want, or you can also just add it on the activities, sir. Directly your what are your thoughts are in the activities list to reduce synchronous communication, perhaps. Okay, thank you very much. Any more short questions for Joseph? No? Okay, thank you very much. Let's go to Tara's pivot. Any updates, Tara?
Well, in the end, we're going to be focusing a lot more on the WordPress landing page, so the newer one, in general, for like reaching out to potential partners and such. And basically, Gani should be implementing my changes today. I'm checking, like I'm monitoring in that sense today, hoping. I hope he does it. And yeah, Jing, I just saw what you said, so I will set like goals with those. How do you say, like, time periods, if that makes sense? Yeah, I will do that because I'm more or less aware of the conversion statistics, but I'll just make like a proper paper on this then. So yeah,
Yep.
that's pretty much
That
my
would be good.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Tara. Sir, do you have any comments on that? No. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, that's good enough. And in Mr. Jing's pivots, there are no cards. But do you have any updates, sir?
Yeah, I'll probably have to show a demo of this new campaign strategy thing.
Oh yeah.
So I'll walk everyone through it later. But yeah, let's talk about that during the discussion.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, it's a very interesting concept, and I believe this is a very good strategy for the company. Next to Mawayan's pivot, there is the. Are there any updates for BIU4? It's muted, Mo.
Okay. So sorry guys, we are in the same room, so always have feedback. Okay, so for the update that I have, actually Gani create a paper, but actually I have some revision because it should be the 50% fee is highlighted because that would make people interested to us, and I see the 50% of the fee that they will get when they get a booking. It's like it's very tiny, so I am still waiting for Gani's revision actually to before I post it. So that's the flyer that at the moment. So if you have like any advice or thing that I'm free, to get that as well.
Yeah, I think it's really congruent to the uh, to the the suggestion that Mr. Jin gave in Joseph's advertisements, I guess. So yeah, any comments on this one? And I agree. The bigger font on the benefit, yeah, that's for sure the right way to go.
Yes.
Yep. Are there any expected deadlines for this particular initiative, Mawayan? Since we don't see any due date yet in this card.
I need just ask Gani. I asked Gani earlier when it can be revision finished. I haven't get back from him yet. So as soon I get that, I will. So my goal is like basically like if possible can upload it like by this evening or tomorrow.
I see.
Yeah.
And after now, how long would you take to like see the result of the MVP to evaluate the result of this particular? This is a possible campaign, right?
Yeah. So the end goal that I'm looking for is actually people like outside of Bukit Vista give me
Oh yeah.
a leads. Yeah.
Yep. I mean, do you need like 3 weeks to evaluate whether this is a success, or
Oh,
2 weeks, or 1 month?
for the timeline, I think I can give this like 2-3 weeks to
Okay.
the three max if it work or not. So then we'll decide to pivot or to drop
Okay.
part after my MVP. Yeah.
Yep. I think that's good. After you receive the document from Kagani, you can start it from that one. That timeline, I believe.
Yes.
Okay. Any more comments for Oyan's card? No, if there are none, then I believe we're done with the whole card. Yes, Surging.
Oh, quick one. I got some feedback the other day, babe. So, market builder, um, business development, that is very Bukit Vista language, meaning that most people don't know what the hell that means. You're going to have to change it probably to something really simple, like a villa finder, right? Or a property finder, or a listing agent. Those are more commonly used vocabulary that the general population would understand. Or
Oh,
a
yeah.
cari villa.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
see.
And
That's
that's
an
the
interesting
feedback I
insight,
got
sir.
from you.
Yeah.
Where did you get the feedback, sir?
I went. Oh, I'll tell you a story. Actually, I'll tell you the story in the
Yep.
discussion and how.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Good. Okay. I guess that's it for the progress update from the Scrum board. Um, I believe there are no big changes from the Tableau. Let me share a little bit. Actually, we started the month of September relatively weaker than August, but also very similar to June and July. This is very expected since September is supposed to be seasonality wise it's lower than August, but of course we can still optimize it in by various ways such as inquiry conversions as well as um, let's say impression or engagement increase through various campaigns that we have. We see that in these 2 days, and even for today, we only have one booking since the beginning of the morning. So that should be an alarm, I think. Looking at the squad revenue growth for this month, yep, we see that area one property is already higher than area two property, which we don't see in like few scrums ago. While in Jogja and also in Nusa Penida, it actually has the same number of revenue. Um, yeah, I believe there aren't any big changes except the change of month. And also, yesterday is actually the day where our booking is less than the cancellation number. We only have 3 bookings, while we have here 5 cancellations. So that's with it's 7,000 US dollar cancellation, I believe. So that's really big. That's an oopsie, right? Any insights from this dashboard in particular? Because I don't see any big change, and still Indonesia is 104% greater than the previous quarter, as expected. Are there any insights from the others? No? Okay. And I believe that in the other inquiry page, there are no big changes too, actually. So I believe we have a huge discussion for today. So I motion to move to the discussion board immediately.
Second that.
Thank you very much. Okay, for discussion, actually, short update regarding the thing that we didn't discuss before. There's a sudden jump of revenue in the last month of August, and therefore the model's projection actually passes the SLA. And we look at the update for yesterday. There's a correction for the expected percentage error for the T2 for August 2020. It's actually 11 to 12%, which is still under the SLA. Therefore, this month we will try to use T2 as a projection, but the reasoning behind T2 is actually it looks at periodicity per 2 months. So it will project the next month only based on the previous month, something like that. That's why the percentage error is less. And
Wait, quick
I guess
question.
yep.
I
Yes, sir.
thought the projection was 26,000, and the reality was what was the projection? What was it? The actual is 25. The projection is 27. Oh, okay, I see.
27, yes.
Yeah.
The actual is 25,000, but the priority is 27,000.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's 2 months in a row that we have a model that passes the SLA.
Okay.
But we'll try another method and also always evaluate each month. So that's it only for that's the only thing for the update regarding the projection. I believe the core, also for Andre, I believe Andre didn't come again. Do not come again today, but there are some guests that might ask to change the date of booking or reservation to a date in 2021. What is BI's response and best practice for HR to answer this question? Lilis and I have suggested some solution to this particular problem, and I've also attached one of an example here. We see that this actually happened before, and this happened last Sunday. And Chris was kind enough to let me make the decision. So from my side, I think Lilis is also similar. Reconfirm with the owner, but inclined to suggest the same price for January at least, because that's the opening date. Okay, actually, I forgot about one step of the Scrum. I think I'm a bit slow today, but we haven't reviewed the meeting notes, I believe, from
I
Joseph.
should have skipped the meeting notes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah, sorry, apology, Joseph. We'll review the meeting notes after the Scrum. And I think the crux of the is there a quick answer for this one, sir?
For inquiry optimization.
From Tara, the question from Tara.
I mean, we can skip over it, or you can always just text me on Slack like the answer.
Okay, will be answered after this one.
Land
Right?
size is never mentioned on Airbnb, and it's not
Yes.
relevant. It's because Airbnb is rating experience, not real estate, right? So
Right,
it's an
right.
experience platform. So it's like how many grams of food went into your pasta, right? Generally, I mean, nobody rates it that much, I think, right? For the most part, or
Yeah.
people do, but not that important.
Okay. Yeah, I was just curious, just because I've seen it in other places, but yeah, like I just wanted to
Good
see
question,
why.
though. It's a good question. Really.
Okay, thank
Yep.
you.
Thank you for the question, and thank you for answering, Mr. Jing. So I believe this is actually an opening. Your question is actually an opening to the discussion that we'll have for today.
Very, very good. So yes, I'm wondering, does sales work belong here or somewhere else? So what I'd like to do is I'd like to tell a story, and I'd like to share my screen. I'll
Yep.
tell a story first, and then I'll go into it. Right. So data is good, but sometimes I've noticed what we see is kind of what we. If you're, how would I say? You can see what you can see, but you can't see what you can't see. Right. So I went the other day and I had a hypothesis, and my hypothesis was: is anybody else doing better than we are? And strangely enough, I did find a person who formerly worked here. Who I had we had a interesting relationship with this guy, but I saw him because he's posting very actively on Facebook. He's almost posting every day, almost every hour if he can. And I asked him, how are you doing? He says he's doing great. He's got essentially 12 villas and they're all fully booked. I was like, really? So tell me more. He's like, yeah, there were Russians, and the Russians brought in their friends, and their friends brought in their friends, so they have a continuum. I was like, okay, what else do you do? So he posts on Facebook every day. He makes sure that there's quick follow-up whenever the guests have anything urgent, and they generally trust him, and they just bring more business to him. I asked him where his guests are coming from. Russians, Jakarta, Surabaya. What do they want? They're rich. They just want something nice. Okay? This is a single data point, but what I did see was actually something that was amusing to me, right? I was like, we have a bigger team than he does. We have a smarter team than he does. And we have really great product. We have better product than he does. So why is it we're not doing as well as he does? Right? What is it about us that is missing here? And the one thing I could see is that he has enormous hustle. Like, he goes after every risky idea that there is. Perhaps that's why we had to actually offboard him when he was working here at Bukit Vista. But it came to me kind of clearly that there's two things that he did really well. One, he was absolutely driven to get sales. Like, no matter what, he was thinking about, how do I get sales? How do I get sales? Not about process, not about academics, not about theory, but results. So how focused is he? He's focused enough where, I mean, this is pretty incredible. The owners of the villas expect full payment up front. The clients don't want to pay up front. So guess what he does? He guarantees the clients to the owners. So he says, basically, if the clients won't pay, I'll pay, or I'll make sure they pay. And then the owners go, okay, go for it, right? But I'm holding you accountable, not the clients. And then he goes over to the clients and he makes sure that they pay, right? But he does that by hanging out with them every day and kind of taking it one day at a time, right? That is what I noticed is hustle. So we need to kind of bring that hustle. Well, no, we don't need to kind of. We really need to bring hustle to Bukit Vista, because without hustle, we're not going to survive this really quiet period, right? And plus, hustle is a great thing you should do anyway, not just here and now. But I want to make it clear, hustle doesn't mean we don't inspire delight, right? Hustle means we can inspire delight by being the hero. So instead of being like the victim or I don't know what to do or this is too much uncertainty and dropping the deal, hustle means, hey, look, I'm going to see to it that you have a great trip with us, even if the administration stuff doesn't quite work out. The biggest risk we can take right now is not taking any risks. Playing it safe doesn't work anymore because there is no victory in playing it safe. Taking educated risks, I think, is a good method. Now, recently, I've gotten some trouble for hustling, right? Like Vidi probably has seen this with Elliot's deal. But I want to frame some context around that. I saw several inquiries in the Facebook inbox that had not been answered. Okay? And I'm thinking, this is probably our leading source of revenue at the moment, right? We know that big deals come in through Facebook. We've done a lot of work to sort of get the traffic into Facebook, but there's like good 2 or 3 inquiries that are sitting around and nobody's answering them. And these things are very hot, right? Like if you don't answer within minutes, somebody else will. Or if you don't answer within a short amount of time, somebody else will. Now I know the SLA we have for Airbnb covers 1 hour, but I don't think we have an SLA for Facebook yet, right? I don't think we have an SLA for the other input channels. But that's the problem, right? Like we here at BR creating campaigns, but the other people, whatever, it's just not working, right? It seems like we have great ideas, but at the very end of the funnel, we drop the ball. So I saw this and I immediately took action. I was like, okay, all right, lady inquired on Facebook. I'm interested in Elliot's villa. I know Elliot and us have a very fragile relationship now because he expects us to sell. So then I took it right away. I said, okay, what can I do for you? And she said, I'd like this, this, and this. Can you tell me what the price and if you're pet friendly? So I didn't know what the price was. I should have checked, but I started the negotiation, right? I said, all right, 30 million, no utilities, no whatever, and let's begin on that. And then later, of course, the actual price Elliot was willing to sell for was much lower. It was 17, right? And I believe Vidi went and told Elliot that. But that's okay, right? That's okay. Because this is how we close a deal. We say 30, they come back, and they countered with 25. They countered with 25, which means we have a deal, right? Elliot's willing to take 17, they counter with 25. We should go back to the lady and say, hey, look, we will talk to the owner and get back to you. In fact, we probably don't need to talk to anybody, but let's just kind of like delight them a little bit more, like we're working for them, right? And then we can close the deal right like that, okay? And maybe this lady will watch this video and be like, oh, I could have gotten it for less. But okay, point being, okay, that I think that's the way we close a deal. We're being the hero by creating some sort of certainty in chaos. And we're inspiring delight by allowing this lady to come, pay a price that she's comfortable paying, and bring her pet. Okay, so that I think what it is. And the follow-up service too, that makes her want to say good things about us and extend her stay or tell her friends about what a great stay she had at the property. Okay, so that's a story to sort of wrap this idea of hustle around. Okay, now what I'd like to do is to illustrate how we're going to systematize this particular way to do it. Because I think we can do better. If one guy that we fired 3 months ago, right, for being too reckless, can do really good, almost as good as we're doing as 20 people, then I don't see why we shouldn't be able to do 20 times as better as him if we just add in this one part, okay? All right, so this is what I'd like to share, and this is a discussion I'd like to actually kind of bring up, okay? Here's what it is. I believe the current issue that we're facing where are we? The current issue that we're facing is this. BI comes up with ideas. We have holes in the sales funnel. We have people coming up with ideas and then people doing the entire funnel from start to finish, but afterwards, it's not followed up. They work on another idea, but then something happens to the original idea, but nobody's checking that particular original idea anymore. We did probe listings. We did all these different things to get inquiry traffic to do whatever, but why don't we do that anymore? I mean, it was effective. It works. Like, why don't we continue doing that? So my solution and my identification of the problem is this. Essentially, when we looked at marketing before, right? Tara came from the marketing chapter. Same problem. Everybody was running around. Everybody was working on essentially their own ideas. They were going to deliver the SLA by working on individual projects. So this person has a project, that person has a project, the other person has a project. So the fundamental problem is they're not working together as a team, right? As an entire team working on the whole thing. So we fixed that. We said that, okay, what is the funnel for marketing? And the reason I'm bringing this up because the funnel for sales is almost identical to the funnel for marketing. It's just three things. It's awareness, consideration, conversion, right? So we go from being aware, Bukit Vista is searching for property partners, to considering it by putting in an inquiry, to then forming a deal. That's it. So now instead of saying, hey guys, you guys are doing an entire funnel each on your own, why not let's collaborate on the funnel by having each person play one level of the funnel? Okay, it's like baseball, right? We don't expect each person to kind of cover all the bases on their own, right? That's not the way it works. You cover first base, you cover second base, you cover. When I say baseball, everyone knows what I'm talking about, right? It's not. No. Okay, Joseph. Okay. All right. So we have each person cover each base, and they work to essentially secure that part of the game. Okay. So then what happens is that the input of one person becomes the output of the next person, right? So in the first phase, Rizal is on the first top of the funnel. He gets impressions. He produces results through Google Analytics, Facebook Ad Manager, MailChimp Analytics, an email contacts list, phone contacts list. He produces impressions. These impressions then get analyzed by Tara and Gani on the next stage, and then these get converted into leads, which are inquiries. Okay? The inquiries then go into Aldo's work. He takes the inquiries, he sets up meetings, and then Aldo then sets up the meeting. Wayana then takes the meetings and she turns them into deals. So you have an interlocking chain. Okay? One person's work goes into the next work. Why is that good? The reason why that's really good is that it interlocks essentially the entire outputs into campaigns. So how does that look like? So when that's working really well, what it looks like is this. Each person is responsible for a different layer in the funnel, right? Rizal's responsible for brand awareness, getting people to know about Bukit Vista. Gani's in charge of filling inboxes, converting impressions into leads, and Tara. Feeding meeting calendars is Aldo's job, and filling EverSign, getting contracts is Wayana's job, okay? So that's what they do. But they can play many different games, right, with that structure. They can play the game of a phone and WhatsApp campaign. So same thing, right? So on phone and WhatsApp campaign, they're playing this game. Rizal's in charge of impressions, so he's getting a phone list together. Aldo is getting the responses. Wayana's doing the meetings and such. The phone part can skip over Gani and Tara because phone calls and whatever, generally, unless we're using a script and scaling it out, we can just assume that let's say whoever is calling can do that job, right? So that part is a simple funnel. But each person has a different part to play, different base to cover on this game. Okay, so this game, different coverage. Okay, next game, website, right? Same idea. Same, everyone plays their position, but simply a different game again. Website, traffic. Rizal brings in traffic. Response, getting traffic to turn into responses is Gani and Tara's job. Getting meeting set up on the website is Aldo's job. And doing the deal is Wayana's job, right? Same as before. But it's also very clear where their sources are, right? Where do I go to see your output? So the first output is Google Analytics. That's where Gani and Tara go to go and see how we're doing in terms of the traffic. The second source is the Trello lead countdown board. That's where all the leads go and they accumulate. And then the next source is the Calendly, where the meetings go in. And finally, it's not Wayana GCal, but it actually should be Wayana EverSign, right? And that's where the deals would flow into. And that's where we track where everything is. So we have project visualization too as well, okay? Or we have project sourcing, not visualization. The visualization is here. So we can see how many people did Rizal bring into the mix. Did he do his job? Yes. Okay, what is the traffic on? Okay, we have 2 landing pages now. Okay, so we have a second landing page. Both are Reasel's job to get traffic onto it. Then we can see how many people responded. Did Gani and Tara do a good job? And we can say, yeah, okay, they converted about 2%. So that's within expectations. So Gani and Tara did a good job. What about Aldo? Did he do a good job? We're going to see, yes, he did a good job because he did 25% of the responses turned into meetings. And then we can look at Wyatt. Did she do a good job? She's working on some meetings right now to turn into deals, but these are long cycles. But, when they show up, we can see Wyatt did her job. So it becomes very clear what the output is. And it also becomes clear to look right here at this bottom number to see, did this chapter deliver their SLA, right? Are they close to delivering their SLA, which is 2 deals a month? Now, you can deliver your SLA using multiple campaigns. We have LinkedIn campaigns, we have email campaigns, we have Facebook post campaigns, we have Facebook ad campaigns, but each player does the same role in each campaign. Clear, right? Okay, so this is what I'd like to do. I'd like to move this concept over to BI now, okay? I'd like to move this over to BI and ask, how can we integrate this concept here? The reason I think it's important is because we have a revenue target. So we can't have everybody running around doing small revenue projects everywhere. That's not working together as a team, right? That's working together. That's more of a hackathon, right? What we want to do is we want to have everyone lined up using the SLAs to have interlocking work. We can see how many impressions did we get, how much of that transferred into inquiries, how much of that transferred into deals, how many deals actually got paid, and then what's the 5-star review? Because that then translates back up to the top to how many impressions that we're going to get, and so on and so forth, right? So we have a few campaigns that I've listed out here, and I'd like to sort of bring everybody through. Now, this is a little bit more difficult than marketing, and I'm showing you a draft. I'm not showing you finalized work. So if it's confusing, please bear with me. Try to upgrade your ZPD a little bit. We'll try to get through this together because I haven't figured out all the bits myself yet entirely, okay? So this is an open discussion. But what I'd like to do is let's just start with something that we know very, very well. Let's start with an Airbnb campaign first. Actually, maybe let's actually ask sort of the SLA questions, okay? There is an SLA that we have right now, but I'm going to create a new list. And I'm going to create a new list over here. And I'd like you guys to, let's call this the sales SLA list, okay? Wait. Come on, move. Sorry. That over. Okay, when I make the sales SLA list, I'm pretty sure there's a more elegant way to do this. We're going to have to think a little bit more inter-chapter, right? It's not just all within BI now. So it's BI plus other chapters. So the first question I have is, how should we actually build up the list? So does anybody have any ideas? Okay, Tara, let's go to you first.
Um,
The first thing we need in order to get sales.
I mean, can we refer back to the funnel, like you said?
Yes.
So,
We can refer back to the funnel. So in the marketing funnel, what's the first stage?
Awareness.
Yes, brand awareness, right? So we need somebody looking after awareness. After that, then what happens next?
Interest, right?
Yeah, interest. Well, in this particular case, it'll probably show as an inquiry, okay?
Right.
And then the next stage after inquiry is?
Conversion, I guess. No?
Yeah, a reservation, okay? And then the next stage after reservation is?
Would it be just like, at some point there's supposed to be like loyalty and just like them returning or
But
something?
before that is revenue, okay?
Yeah.
Paid out. And then at the very last stage is, let's say, loyalty. Yeah, that's it, right? So those are the 5 SLA stages of a sales SLA. We need to have one team be aware of awareness, one team be aware of how to convert awareness into inquiry, one team on how to convert inquiries to reservations, from reservations to revenue, and from revenue to loyalty, okay? So I'm gonna kind of take this And I'm going to borrow this structure over here, and I'm going to create a new sort of SLA doc, right? Okay, so let's ask ourselves this question here and see where we get to, okay? So we have awareness, okay. How do we do this on marketing SLA? Let me borrow their structure, because that will save me some time. I don't have to reinvent the wheel again, which is never that great. Okay. And to answer your question, Vidi, do you remember the hard question you asked me? Have you thought about it?
Yeah, I thought about it.
Do you have an answer?
So yeah, I understand the construct and the hard question. Eventually, the internal SLA is actually because we are servicing other chapters, so it's almost equivalent.
Okay, here, let's try this, right? I'm gonna try to sort of break this down into the way I would envision this, and let me know if I'm doing anything stupid, right? Just double check what we're doing. This is at the very limit of my ZPD, so I can't teach this. I'm like maximuming out and trying to figure out how this works, okay? So we have awareness, okay, awareness, and then inquiry, and then after that is reservation, and then after that is revenue, okay, revenue, and then after that is loyalty, okay. Okay, actually, let me just double check that that is correct. Okay, all right, so first layer is the same here as here. Okay, so the initiative is to awareness about BV products, right? The second one is convert awareness into inquiries, convert inquiries to reservations, then convert reservations to revenue, and then convert reservations kind of to loyalty, right? Okay, so we can kind of get rid of this funnel segment. It's pretty much all self-explanatory. Okay, so then the PIC here, awareness is generally marketing, right? And the client is probably content. And then the next layer is awareness into inquiry is content, and the client is reservations. And then the next part, the PIC is reservations, and the client is, convert inquiries to reservations. That's reservations, and the client is, I guess, hospitality. Okay. And then hospitality is the PIC here. I guess the client is BI, and then BI is the person in charge here, and then the client is, that one's tough. That's where my ZPD sort of escapes me. But okay, let's kind of go back and let's keep on going and see if that makes any sense. All right, double check. Does this make any sense for everyone? Over to video.
The only problem is that, it's a different structure, right, from the one that we have in marketing, because the PICs are not all from BI.
Okay.
And for what we're asking is that what's our role in the SLA? Because eventually BI will serve other chapters because we optimize each layers both in sales and also market building.
Right.
Right. That's the first question. That's therefore our internal SLA looks very much alike to external SLA.
I see. Okay. All right. Internal SLA is what we do.
Yes.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, that's why, because we also discussed, again, yesterday, I also told you that when discussing about the SLA with Lilis, we kind of think, do we have a funnel? Yeah, we have a funnel, but it's not inside of our internal SLA, because we kind of like, our service is basically very much similar to product development. We are serving other chapters.
Correct.
And they don't have a funnel in product development, right? Do they?
Right. Product development doesn't really have a funnel.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's okay. Let me keep on drawing it and tell me where the breakdowns are, right?
Oh no, the system is good. The breakdown is only the formalization between internal SLA and external
Okay,
SLA, and
got it.
basically what we should look like, what we should focus on.
Okay.
Because yesterday maybe the breakdown in the previous Scrum is that we did not review the external SLA.
Okay. Let's take a look at the external SLAs then for our chapter.
Yes, and it's very much like the sales SLA list that you have stated.
Okay. So the external SLAs then are that we, as a server, are improving the marketing conversions across the funnel, right?
We have different external SLA, right? We have a lot of external SLAs. The SLA document for business intelligence, sir.
This is where everything is, right? Oh,
Oh
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
We can focus directly to business intelligence.
Okay. So has everything been moved over to this document, by the way, Vidi?
I'm not sure.
Ooh, okay. So this might be a subset
Perhaps.
of our actual SLAs then.
I don't know because
Okay.
personally I don't deal with the documentation. It's only
right.
part of the discussion.
Got it. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look and just make sure our SLAs are
Yeah, it's SLA in general, correct.
okay. And let's take a look at that and see if there's any changes in what those should be. So, if I'm not mistaken, then the campaigns should be run within BI, and then the only new SLA we should expect is that marketing needs to have an SLA to fill the funnel at the beginning, right?
Yeah, and BI's SLA is to optimize the like for example, marketing has an SLA of 25 conversion rate. Why? Because they can achieve that already.
Right.
But BI's SLA is to improve the 25% to 27%
Yes.
to 30%.
Yes. Okay.
But therefore, we work in two funnels, which is the sales SLA, sales funnel, as well as the market building SLA, market building funnel. And we are in each different layer.
Okay.
The only problem with
micro
that,
funnel and the macro funnel.
yes, correct. So because we are like the derivative of the
Oh
whole.
my God, that's a good mathematical explanation of it. Okay. Yeah, we are like the derivative. We're like the,
Therefore, yeah, that's why. Yeah.
oh my God, BI is a recursion. Yeah, you recur
Yeah.
on each funnel.
Because we personally do not work in the funnel itself. We are tasked to optimize the funnels.
Yeah, interesting. Okay,
Yeah.
all right, good.
The only part that we operate is actually changing the price, consulting with the owner. But it's also that's the only operational part actually in BI, right?
Got it.
Because all the rest is research. Yes, Tara, maybe you have any opinions?
Yeah, I was thinking. So, in a way, we're just overlooking the funnel. We just make sure it's.
Yeah, that's the concern that I have yesterday, sir. Therefore, each campaign is only generated through BI, and each optimization method, each initiatives or pivots that we have before is only only operated in BI.
Oh, okay.
That's my concern yesterday.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know that was a concern. I thought that was just okay. Okay, got it.
Because for example, actually we raised this question before, right? Should operational chapters actually make pivots or initiatives or projects?
I think if they are capable, yes. But if it's not,
that's why yesterday we also had this discussion, right? If BI thinks that, for example, maybe BI do not have any capacity in Facebook Pixel or Facebook campaign. It's totally the specialty of marketing.
Yeah.
Therefore, we observe the numbers. We tell marketing that it can be optimized from maybe we kind of have to know the general idea.
Okay.
And then we ask the person in charge in that particular funnel in the chapter to kind of like find the solution if we believe that they can find the solution.
Yep.
But if they cannot find the solution, then it's delegate. It's somewhat like delegate up.
Yes.
To
So
BI.
we become the entire managers of the company.
That's the concern that maybe Lilith and I had yesterday. Like, also we have to go through each funnel and all the campaigns at the same time. But we are working on the optimization, and therefore the ideas always come from BI. Or if we believe that marketing and HR have the capacity or the specialty to problem solve. Yesterday we discussed about discovery, the problem solving, and execution.
Right.
We asked like whether discovery and problem solving will always be in BI, and we settled that if discovery and problem solving can be delegated, it's like delegating down. But if
Yes.
they cannot, then we have to be the one who figure out the method.
Okay. All right. Good. I think in most cases, the BI's job should be to try to delegate down as much as possible.
Yeah, and that's what we've been doing. But the difference is, before, we do not have the direct control over other people's private.
I see.
For example, community
And that's
has
the
this
problem,
CSC.
right?
Yes, because maybe the number generation, but some do. Some invites BI to like, oh, please look over these numbers. Like Instagram, I've been asked to like look over the numbers of
Going to happen.
Okay.
Because yeah,
I believe this is the where the wind goes eventually, because it's what we have been doing,
Mhm.
but it's not uniformly applied to all privates.
Okay.
true.
And if I'm not mistaken, then VD, it's why we are not essentially efficient as a company at getting things done.
Yeah, because we're not optimizing every aspect, and there are little features that are not optimized, and more features that have been optimized are not. There's no continuity to the optimization of the features.
Exactly. That's it. So we're the things that have the most promise have not been optimized, and the things that have you spot on. That I don't need to repeat what you just said. Okay.
Yeah. That's why yesterday I said that the structure it makes sense, totally makes sense, but it changes the whole. It changes the way we think about the private initiative.
I
Yeah,
think so.
because you HR will not be able to, unless with the permission of BI for some reason. That's in my mind. They cannot spawn a. They have to discuss first with BI whether their attempt to optimize the layer makes sense.
Oh, I get it. I get what you're saying because
Because our SLA is optimization of the particular funnel.
so you have direct control. Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
Okay, so whose responsibility is it eventually, right?
exactly.
Okay, I see what you're saying. I guess we've seen what works, what doesn't, right?
Yeah, so yeah, if it naturally goes to that direction, then of course, and I think it's a pretty good structure. It's a solid structure actually,
Okay.
because I remember this talk with the manager from Raffles,
Okay. The guy from Dayu?
Dayu, right?
Yes. Okay.
And she also mentioned the same thing, like revenue manager always dictates what people should do and what people can do and what so on and so forth.
She did. She did say
Yeah,
that.
she did.
It's probably
In our company it's different because there's this ideal there's this ideal situation where people can generate idea, therefore
I think people can still do that, Vidi. And
yes
ultimately, it's like any delegation, right?
yes
If you take responsibility for it, your delegate does the work. If your delegate messes up, then
yep. And also like the idea now have to be filtered first,
yes,
because there should be like whether it makes sense or it doesn't make sense,
and
hypothetically.
that's important, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly the point. This can't be like a hackathon anymore.
Oh yeah.
It's crazy.
Actually, I remember, sir, in a lot of professional networking, you asked about this concept of hackathon Intel, right?
Yeah,
And that's what you're trying to build in Bukit Vista before?
I guess so. We were trying to create but we've also seen that that's not survival optimized.
Yeah.
That's
So
like-
maybe the sudden shift of direction, it's like a shifting of gears. It's what confuses us yesterday, whether we still should continue the operations that have been done these past months, or
I
it's a shift of gears. But of course, if I think Lilith also understood the instruction clearly.
okay. It's not so much a shifting of gears, but for me, it's a continuity. If we've seen, let's say, for example, it's kind of exactly like the Vista Project Awards, right? The Vista Project Award initially was set so that we could identify. Well, actually, we didn't even think of this was a side effect. What the Project Award ended up doing is it helped identify project leaders, right? And then
Yeah.
we went on to do the rebudgeting. We could see who was actually capable of project leadership and pay them a bit more. So when we decide, let's say, to wind it down or do whatever, it actually did serve its ultimate purpose, right? So maybe in terms of like the way I see it, it's like a phase of the company. In the very
Oh yeah, it's an evolution for
yeah,
sure.
it's an evolution. You got to kind of get it out.
For sure. For
If
sure.
you see people can't seem to innovate in the right way, then we have to like channel the leadership energy and centralize it more. Otherwise, we keep on producing,
Yeah.
ideally Intel should not have 25 teams, right? Ideally, they just have like maybe one or two teams. But with something like that, I think it's a little different too. There's just so many
Yeah.
different things, and they need to get time to
So
market.
yeah,
Yeah.
I believe the idea is sound like do you want to roll it on, or are there stuff that you still want to explain
Well, do you guys
formalize?
like Vinny? Would you be able to encapsulate the do the next step? Like, would you be able to create the campaigns, organize the SLAs? To
Oh yeah, of course. I'm actually responsible to report back to Lilith because Lilith have left a message for me to report back to her, and I think I
Give me an
understand.
example. You don't need me to make an example then.
Oh, let's try with one example. So
Okay.
since we have
Oh,
one time.
okay. Okay. Let's try one example and see if this makes sense. Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about the website campaign, right? So we currently have so the website campaign means that this is everything that we receive through the website. Now this is any booking, and so I think we need to be actually very strategic. We need to ask ourselves, all right, where is the source of let's say where's the beginning? Okay, so the beginning is probably bukitVista.com/long-term rentals. Am I right? That's
Sorry,
basically.
sir, your screen froze, sir.
Oh, my screen froze. Okay, I'll reload it. Yep, give me a second. Okay, so let's trace the sources of each stage of the funnel. Okay, stage A, we expect people to come in through the website. My question is, where exactly do we expect them to come in if they do a booking through the website right now? Let's go to Wayana. What page would they be looking at? Babe, unmute.
I believe it's still muted.
Okay, sorry. My laptop bit lagging. Which funnel? I think it's mostly. Actually, I didn't what you call do the uh, for from website. Mm,
Okay, let's go. Maybe ask Tara. Tara, where would you expect, let's say, bookings to come in direct to the website? What page would they be landing on?
What do you mean? Like if they're looking for?
Well, we got to focus the impressions on a certain page of the website, right?
Right.
So it can't be just like the entire website. That wouldn't make any sense.
Mhm.
So, okay, for one, I'll give you one answer. One answer should be long-term rentals, right?
Right.
That's a page that we specifically do to secure business. Are there any other pages on the website that we know people would visit before they actually converted to become a customer here, become a guest?
I'm
Previously,
actually
there
not
was
Okay, let's go to Vinny.
previously there was the travel with us, and then you can see there's a link to the Airbnb page actually. Previously, but some of them are not updated.
Okay. So whatever website traffic goes in that funnel, we lose, right? So we won't be able
Yes,
to track that at all. Okay. So if we can't track it, then we need to be more specific about what this
Yep.
what this funnel is. So let's just say the website campaign only goes to long-term rentals. Yeah. So that's pretty much it. So the asset that the entry point is long-term rentals, and then what is the exit point into inquiries from that page? Let's go ahead and take a look and see what we can find.
WhatsApp, right?
I believe it's WhatsApp, right?
Yes, WhatsApp.
Okay. Okay. WhatsApp. So let's go ahead and figure out what the. Oh wait, no wait. Is this book now? Okay, what's happening? Oh, Wayana's WhatsApp. Yeah.
Which one?
So the next stage of the funnel goes into Wayana's WhatsApp because that's what I just clicked on, right? So WhatsApp or potentially into Messenger as well.
Yes, correct.
Right? Okay, so there's two sort of directions that can go. So let's go ahead and figure out what is the Messenger. Or Tara, maybe I can delegate this to you. Would you be able to give me the URL for Facebook Messenger for Bukit Vista?
Oh, right now? Okay.
Please, yes, please. And then share it in the chat, and I'll attach it onto the thing here. Okay, so let's say we have a website. Okay, and this is the first site. Then we have, let's say, the WhatsApp link. Okay, and that's the link over there. Okay, and then we probably also have a Facebook link. Okay, and this Tara will text me. Okay, next stage, turning, let's say, long-term rental into leads. Okay, so okay, thank you very much. All right.
You wanted the inbox, right?
Yes, please. That's exactly right.
Yeah, that's the inbox.
All right, perfect. So I'll put that over here, and that goes right into this bucket over here. Okay, so once those funnels are there, we have a conflict, right? We kind of have a C1 and C2. We maybe have a C1 that goes to Nadine, and then we have a C2 that goes to Wayana. Am I right?
Yep.
Okay, because there's two different input sources that can go to. And then where does Nadine deposit her work? Where is the output of Nadine and Wayana's work?
Direct inquiries board.
Okay, excellent. Can somebody give me the link to that? I'll let Vidya give me the link to that. Direct inquiries board. Oh wait, sorry, it's right here. It's on my left screen. Sorry, I found it.
Yeah.
Okay, funny, huh? Hard to find things that are just under your nose. Okay, D. Okay, after that stage is revenue. Where do I go to find the revenue for that video? Is it displayed on Tableau, or is there a way I can
It is displayed on Tableau, but if we want to make it specific, we can.
Okay, so we probably need a filter on Tableau.
Yes. For the specific campaign.
Yes, a Tableau specific for LTR direct bookings. Yeah, direct from website. Okay. Okay, so that link is unprovided, and then at some point in the end, we need the 5-star review. And how can I find that, Libby?
The Tableau?
How would I be able to see what I can kind of...
Review.
Yeah, the review.
Review can also be found in Tableau. Yeah, we already have the complete review database.
Okay, Tableau. Do I need it specific for this particular funnel, or is just kind of general okay?
If you want to be specific, then yes.
Okay.
But if your cost function is revenue, then revenue is already good. But if you want to extend it, it could be review.
Okay, it is revenue. Ultimately,
Yep.
Because what we assume is positive reviews end up creating a full feedback cycle, right? But the problem is actually there's nowhere for somebody to leave a review for us if they came in direct. Am I correct?
Therefore, we have to create a new system. Like after checkout,
page.
we ask them for review.
Yeah. Okay. And then good. So we
That
probably
goes to our development.
See, isn't this great? When you start thinking about campaigns, you start realizing you're missing shit, right? Like you're missing the feedback to get more bookings, which is the review from direct bookings, which is pretty weird that we haven't figured out since now, right, everyone?
But maybe the only problem with that Actually, it's a different topic, but yeah. But the problem with that is that we there's no platform to put the direct review, and maybe Bukit Vista website.
TripAdvisor, Bukit Vista website, Instagram,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Or where do we get this person from? We got them from Google search, so we should probably put it back on wherever they.
Google Maps.
Yeah,
Or
sure.
I like the Google reviews.
Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Put it back in the system where they came from, right? Then that creates
Right.
a positive feedback cycle. So, interesting. See, now that we're seeing things in campaigns, we see things more clearly, right? All the way to the end of the
Yes.
funnel.
Tara.
Go to Tara.
I have a question. Will BI have to look over all the campaigns now? Like, I mean, at the moment, we look
Yes.
over all of this to do this,
Yes.
Yes.
apply it across
Yes.
all the
That's
chapters.
the plan.
Yes.
That's the plan.
Across all chapters.
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to know, like, this is the plan now. Cool,
Yeah.
cool.
But you're doing it already, Tara, by the way.
Yeah.
You're already doing it. You're already doing it for marketing. You are essentially doing it for marketing, and you're optimizing the marketing funnel. We're just going to shift the funnel right now from properties to wait. Let me be clear. We're not shifting it from properties to guests.
No,
We're
we
shifting it
extend.
from property to revenue. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So it could be either a property that gets revenue or a guest that gets revenue, just whatever revenue opportunity is there. Okay, good. So that's pretty much it then. And then when we update the funnel, we just update this as part of the funnel, right? A, B, C, D, and that gets us what. Then we can see how well we're doing every week, right? Or every update, we'll see, have we made progress? If we haven't made progress, we'll ask, why not? And we'll have the person that's supposed to take care of that in front of us, and that will make it easy. So if I'm not mistaken, this is the stack of people we need to work with right here to make this into a reality.
Yes,
Right?
correct.
Rizal
Correct.
ultimately is in charge of impressions, only him. He can delegate it across or whatever, he can get more help. Gunny and Tara is ultimately in charge of conversions. Nadine's in charge of conversion from leads. And then, Wayana is also in charge of C2, the second stream. Andre's in charge of LT revenue, getting the bookings in. Our revenue happens after reservations, because if reservations cancel, we don't get revenue, right? So trying to maybe get that rate down. We don't have our, let's ask the question. We don't really have an SLA that, oh, wait, hold on a second. We do. It's the hospitality score, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that covers essentially that side of it. And then Shinthia hustles and gets us more reviews. Yeah? Okay. All right. And that's just the problem that I've noticed, everyone. This is the big mismatch, because we are optimizing all the time on Airbnb, but it's the other platforms that are always getting bookings. So we don't ever optimize or even think about the sales funnel on the other platforms that are working. Nobody's working together on the other platforms. Am I right, Vidi?
Yep.
Okay, so that's how we should take care of website, specifically coming in for long-term bookings. Okay, and similarly, I think we can do it for Facebook, for all the other things that we have that are ongoing. Is that a good example, Vidi? Could you work with that?
Yeah. It's a good example. There are some questions that's in the back of my mind, but I believe we can save it for another discussion.
Okay, all right.
But I can report it back to Liz already.
Okay, excellent. So so that's pretty much it then. That's what I want to discuss. And I hope that after we have this, what we should start seeing, Vidi, is we should start seeing the most optimal campaigns. And we should start seeing numbers on.
Yeah. It's like competing, right? Evolutionary algorithm. It will eventually iterate.
Yes.
Yeah, this makes sense. This makes sense. And having like an overview, because previously each small campaign are located in different chapters. You don't really know which one where's like. There's no apple to apple comparisons.
None at all. None at all. In fact, if I asked you where does most of our revenue come from, Vidi, would you be able to tell me?
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
And as a revenue manager, that's not a good sign, right?
That's not a good sign. Yep.
But with this, you can tell me, right? And you can tell me where we should spend more time and more energy.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Okay.
All right. Good stuff then. I cleared it by Bayou also, Vidi. So he agrees, but his proviso is we probably need a new SLA for marketing to sort of produce a minimum number of impressions. But then our way, I think there's one last step that we do, which is at the very end of the funnel, sort of what do we do with pricing and the reviews and all that stuff to then get us
Yep.
back on the top where we get impressions again. And that's how we help, circulate the cycle.
That's the only missing part. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, like what I've said.
Only for
PI is
Airbnb.
PI operational. Yep.
Okay.
So yeah, any more, sir?
No, that's it. Hopefully that made it clear for everybody. I hope.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
it is. Maybe short questions to anyone. Anyone has any comments or feedbacks? Because we ran out of time like 5 minutes ago. Yep, Tara.
So you're taking care of applying this to the rest of the campaigns, or just the entire chapter? We do this during our Scrum time, I guess. I was a bit confused on that. Are you in charge of doing this for everybody else? Does my question make sense, actually? Oh.
Wait, it's a question for Mr. Jing, right? Or
No, for you,
me?
Yeah.
Applying to what?
Oh, like applying this whole like this whole structure
Oh
of
yeah.
all these campaigns. Is it individually like you right now? Or are we doing this every Scrum that's to come, basically? Like
Oh no. It's done like outside of Scrum. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That was my only
Yeah, the
question.
construction will be constructed. Maybe Lilith and I will help with Lilith. Yeah.
Okay.
Of course.
Yeah, okay.
The question is, how long will that take? I'm getting better at setting deadlines now. You see?
Yep. We have around 5 to 10 campaigns, I believe.
I think so. Plus the agents, plus WhatsApp. Oh, right.
Yeah,
No,
5
WhatsApp
to
is-
10 campaigns.
yeah. But plus the
I
agents.
believe the structure itself, maybe it'll take like 3 days, 4 days, but the propagation to all our chapters will have to take like few iterations, like 2-3 iterations. So perhaps by next week it's already by September it's already running. I think
It's
that's
September now.
just my estimation. Yeah, but I mean by like within September it's already running.
Okay, got it. I've already given everyone a heads up that this is coming, right? So I think marketing already knows about it. HAR knows about it. Community doesn't. Community didn't have any sync ups today. But community is not really in the sales funnel, are they?
Yeah, it's all it's actually in the other funnel, which is the market building funnel, right? Is it? The community is on the end of the market building funnel.
Right. Actually, yes.
Because after we acquire the partner, community should maintain the loyalty of the partner.
Yeah. And also, community is supporting Andre right now on his stage of the funnel, turning the leads into revenue, turning the reservations into revenue, right?
I see. Yep, correct.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Yep. So
let me just put that in.
okay. Any more, sir?
No. I'm good. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. Since I've already gone through everybody, so to clarify, today the discussion is really important for us. That's why I allocated most of our time to discuss about this. And since this is perhaps something new, let's try to think about it like overnight. And if there are any questions, of course, please let us know through Slack or through Trello or through the discussion board, preferably, so that we can answer your questions. But yeah, I'll have a talk with Lilith regarding the report. And thank you very much. I believe